Welcome back everybody to Souls 2 and more levels. Yeah, 48 strength. And then we'll go back to splitting the difference between that and Vit, I think. But now, this might mean that we can power stance Reba and Shania. Let's see. 32, so yeah, you need 48 and you need 15 dex. What is our dex? 14. Can we do something about that with one of our souls, maybe? Let's have a look. Soul of the Lost Sinner, that can get you her sword. That's not an axe. That should be enough for another level, I think. So if we add a point to dex... Oh, something else as well. The Emerald Herald a minute ago. I wasn't recording, but when I came back with the fourth primal soul, she was like, Bearer of the Curse, you are blessed with a myriad of souls. And I was like, a myriad of souls, you awful woman. Because I'm one of those dicks that does that with grammar-related things.
I don't want to be like this.
Just thought I'd mention that for no clear reason. Now, Shania moves into the left hand. And let's see. Yes, we can power stance with a Great Axe combo. And oof, those look short, but they look heavy. They look painful.
Alice.
There's a little twist of the wrist as he does that is mint. Yeah, we'll try this bad boy on for size. This little combo as we head to the Doors of Pharos. Right, so the doors. It's a PvP area in the same vein as the Grave of Saints. It's the Ratkeeper Covenant again. And exactly the same deal, basically. You can get pulled into other people's worlds. And it's annoying.
Oh, I'm gonna peg it.
Oh god, and the rats give you toxic. This is news to me. And yeah. Didn't know the rats give you toxic. That's the thing. Fighting a mastodon in waist deep water whilst getting covered in toxic is not my idea of a good time. I don't know about you guys. It might be obvious at this point that I don't really run the Doors of Pharos in most of my playthroughs. Now, where's that rat? There it is. And we missed it. And we missed our souls as well. Right, the rat's down. Good. Let's just go grab our souls while we've got a moment. Okay, now. Decent damage. We might need to level Reba up more, actually. We might have forgotten to do so, given as we've barely been using it. What level is she? She's +5. It's not awful. Now, is there anything else to do down here? There's an item over there. These Pharos Lockstone doors primarily are for the Ratkeeper Covenant to increase the number of enemies that are in the area. Because most of them would just hold enemies behind them and not a lot else. Some of them might have a bit of treasure, I think, but I'm not sure. Should we look in them? Can it hurt to look in them? It can make extra runs back through this area a pain in the butt, probably. So maybe... There are some shortcut ones, though, aren't there? Maybe we'll pop some open upstairs. But for now, we'll get rid of these toxic buggers. So a shortcut one that opens up behind that ladder somewhere. I'm being summoned as a grey spirit. So I'm being summoned into someone else's world. That's fun. So yeah, this is what happens now. Oh my god, there's axes being thrown everywhere. They're going to be attacking us as well. But there's also all this guff going on. So, yeah. This should be fun. Someone's firing arrows at us. That might be our invading friend. Yeah, maybe. So, maybe that means they don't want to fight. But now we've got the 2 rats over here. Or at least 1 rat over here. But we've made it to the ladder. That's good. We're making progress to the upstairs. Now, with said upstairs, there's a bunch of these Germ lads. So yeah, backstab's always good. I'm not sure if we get loot off these guys in here. Or if we don't. Right, good. Because that rat is trying to toxic us big time. Oh, he got us. Shite. Oh well. Press on, I guess. And then, yeah, axes. And another rat. Was he hitting a switch? I think he was. Toxic's worn off at least. Yeah. Ping me with all the arrows you like, my friend. I'm just going to march over here. Don't know where I'm going, but hey ho. The fact is, we are going, and that's the main thing. So we've got spinny blades, we've got axes being lobbed about by Gibbs.
Pow! Right in the kisser.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to dodge that by coming through here, but hey ho. Now we've got more Germ. More axes, more mad spinning shit. And we've got our opponent. Finally. And oh, there was a Mastodon as well. So yeah, we fought all the way through there just to die to Ira the Rogue. Well played, Ira. Now, where do we come back out? Right, we've come back out in the same spot we were in. That's good. Right, so we can carry on making progress in our own world then. Doesn't matter really that we got summoned to his. We've got some spell for our troubles and a song. Right, back to old Germ friend. And Germ friend the second. Who actually hit us even though we were stood behind him. It's pretty hacks of him, but there we go. Now, I don't know where to use the lockstones. I mean, this seems like a spot because yeah, this is the spot that opens that door which sets off the whoa, crossbow. Wasn't expecting a trap there. Chunk and a dragon bone. How many lockstones do we even have? Like 12? 10. No, I won't use it there. I'm sure there's better spots. It's definitely a shortcut one somewhere. But for now I just want to kind of explore the area. What does that one do? Probably a saw blade trap. That one is probably connected to that guy for throwing axes at people. That's the throwing axe guy who got me with a hit in Ira's world. Ooh, look at you power stancing your axes. Do you want to give us one of them? That'd be nice. Nope. Now, what do you say? Not here. Think carefully, not here. Okay, I'll trust them. For now. So it's still pretty quiet around and about. Ah, that looks like a door. But that just might mean there's a mastodon inside it. There's a fog gate though. Yep. You're right there, pal. And then, what does this one do? Anything promising? There's one there in the floor. That'll be for that guy. I don't know what that one did though. It doesn't seem to be a shortcut there. Let's press on, I suppose. I don't get why they're all hitting me from behind. Like, when I'm behind them. It's a bit wacky. Blocking ahead. That doesn't sound good. Bonfire ahead. Oh yeah, here's the bonfire. And there's a boss in here. Which is nice. The fact we got the bonfire is good, because if we wanted to grind for like Germ axes, we could do so. What's further on though? Is there much going on over here? There's more Germ. It's always nice because they can drop their axes even if they're refusing to do so today. And then where does this lead? That leads back down there. Wait a minute, how have I gone in a circle then? Maybe there was a thing here and by using the Pharos blockstone I removed it, made the shortcut. I'm sure there's another shortcut though from the ground level to the top and you have to get it from the top. We should probably look at the boss though. It's a tricky blighter. It's one of those annoying ones with minions, and it's the minions that are the pain in the ass. Can we deal with the minions with a crossbow, is the question. The answer is probably no. Well, we can certainly plonk them with it. Oh. And then we take a hit, that's fine I guess. Right, we've got the minions out of the way, I think. Oh, no, there's another one. Maybe he keeps adding minions. Yeah, that might be it. He might just keep spawning minions like like Freya does. And now we're surely dead.
That's right.
Yep. That toxic. But if we can take out the early minions, that is helpful. Let me prepare this pot of coffee that I've got brewing. We'll pour ourselves a nice cup of joe. And that will assist us in our endeavours. Right. So yeah, that kind of got rid of the early one, so it wasn't an awful strat. Because there are 4 of them to begin with, so if we can at least thin down their numbers, that will help. Right, numbers are thinned. Now let's see if we can't... Whoa, what the hell is that attack? Yeah, I don't know how to read this guy's attacks because I never fight him. And it seems like we're just trapped in a corner, which is lovely. Right. Okay, that's promising. It's just basically a dog. Right. Maybe we want to stay locked on though, because that didn't seem to be very good. So, lots of lunging attacks. Oh, he's got a stompy thing with his paw as well. Good. And, okay, we got a hit. I begin to think this Great Axe doesn't have the range we need for this fight. But I'm also beginning to think it'll be difficult to change weapon mid-fight. Rolling into him does seem to be pretty effective a lot of the time. Yeah, look at that range. We're like missing half our attacks. Yeah, we'll try, assuming we survive for a moment here, we'll try two-handing the Great Axe, see if we can't get a smidge more range on it. Although again, doesn't seem to be happening. No. You would think Great Axes would have better range than regular axes, but they don't seem to. Decent damage, mind. And a bit in the back of the leg. Give him the old hamstring. Yeah, once the little rats are out, and you can stand underneath him, this guy's not actually that bad. I never normally fight because I'm scared of coming here, but yeah, that was alright. That's a pretty bunch of souls for us. And what's this? Another lockstone, very nice. So yeah, that was the Royal Rat Authority, a little optional bit. My initial plan for this playthrough involved coming through here a bunch of times, grinding Gurmaxes, because they were going to replace Shania and Faith, but hasn't really worked out that way because we've just got so many great axes and we've got the strength to pretty much wield them.
Is that a rat tail, human? Thou'st one of mine rat burrows conquered. This will not go unnoticed. Rejoice, for the right to serve me is now thine. Since thou'rt human still, permit me ask, wilt thou thy human soul surrender and pledge thyself to me? Swearest thou by the sweet-tempered sludge that laps at our bosoms?
No, you and your bosoms are okay, thank you very much.
Of course. Humans are all alike. Get thee gone. We will tolerate thy stench no longer.
I don't want to smell your piss.
Oh, screw you then. Okay. We will get ourselves gone. Where does that drop us out? Just somewhere randomly in the doors? Oh no, it drops us out here, does it? Yes, we're back near the bonfire, where we got this lad just sitting in front of a chest for no good reason. Lovely. Germ gloves. I thought he was going to give us Gurmax then. Just to make a point. But he did not. So, back we go to the old bonfire, and on we go on our travels. So it's just occurred to me that this bandit great axe that I was largely disregarding could actually be part of the kit. We could do a dual wield great axe build. Same moveset, it seems, but extra damage on the old bandit compared to Shania, probably. Let's have a look, actually. I mean, she does more because she's massively leveled up. But we've got souls and we've got shards, haven't we? Yeah, maybe we'll try rocking a double great axe build for a bit. Lovely. So we've now got Reba up to +9, and our new bandit great axe, it will be called Nancy, up to +8. Now, what are we going to do with these? I'm thinking there's a couple of different Chloranthy ring upgrades we could pick up. We've got nothing better to do right now, so maybe let's pop to the Forest of Horrible Dicks. Let's go see how our axes help us out against some horrible invisible people. Because there is a Chloranthy ring +1 in here, and I'd like to try and grab it if we can. Only thing is, there's also According to the wiki, there's 14 of those ghost people in here.
Oh, heck.
So, yeah. Should be fun. I hear footsteps. Oh, I've got a fat roll. That is something I hadn't considered. Now, let's see. We hug the right, and there's a chest, I think. There we go. Someone's on us. That's where they're coming from, is it? There he is. Where'd he go? Oh. Got him. Right, so that wasn't so bad. I mean, it was just the first ghost. Right, so there's a chest. You can definitely grab said chest. That's the old sun ring. Ah, where is he? I'm just flailing in the dark here. It's fine. Ja. Got him. Got him? Killed him. Good. Right. So we've got a chest. And now if we carry on around to the right, I believe, we find the Chloranthy ring +1 somewhere over here. Hard to tell though, what with all the death hanging around. There's a little slope up. Where does upslope lead us? It leads us to another chest, that's cool. This is probably bringing dudes up the ramp behind us. There it is. That wasn't so bad. Again, this playthrough's kind of been about facing my fears and coming to areas where I wouldn't normally go to. And on this occasion, it's worked out pretty well. The alternative, which I was thinking of doing, was using a bonfire aesthetic to turn the Undead Lockaway area into New Game Plus. And that would allow us to get the Chloranthy ring +2 from the New Game Plus version of the Undead Chariot. Because you can select individual areas and New Game Plus them in Souls 2 with that particular item. So if you just want one particular New Game Plus item, you can jump ahead and grab it early, if you're good enough to beat the New Game Plus version of the boss. I like that feature, but it seems like it's not necessary now because I'll settle for the +1 Chloranthy for a while, I think. And now, what's our next goal? But of course, we're back in the Forest of Fallen Giants. Because why wouldn't we be? Yeah, we got another thing to do around here. Now that we've picked up some extra keys on our travels. You'll recall we picked up a key from the Iron Keep in front of that flame-spewing statue a while ago. Well, we're going to open the door that that key relates to. And because we found it in the Iron Keep, as you can imagine, there might be some fire involved. Don't even think about it, friend. I've leveled far beyond you at this stage. So yeah. Salamanders. Fireballs. Death. What the hell was that? Did someone throw a rock at my head or something? These are fire boys. They're also not so bad, it seems. Oops, he got me there. And he got me there as well. Oh, pigging hell. How long does that take to bloody drink the Estus? Okay, we're going back to Shannara and Faith for a bit. We just haven't got the vit or the stamina required to be properly effective with those great axes at the moment. It's the old case of we were too busy trying to see if we could do it that we didn't ask whether or not we should do it. So I should probably spend any shards I've got left upgrading Shania and Faith, because they've been so faithful throughout the run so far. +7 and +4 is not really where we should be at this point in the game with our weapons. But that's fine. Oh, what? How did that hit? What sort of tracking is there on that? Right, let's just run up here. I want to look around this area. Right. Jeezums. Are you just gonna be a dick about this? Ah, yes you are. So what the hell do we do about you? Right, here's the plan. Get stomped by that salamander. That's the plan. Right, we're going to take this guy out just so he's not in our way. And then we're going to just crossbow the heck out of that lad at the top of the hill, because it just seems like a sensible idea.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Right, we're kind of trapped here now, and someone's flinging fireballs at us. And now this lad's just spinning us around, which is all good fun. So yeah, there's a lad over there being a douche. And there's this lad that wants our crossbows. Hey! We totally beat him in a fair fight. That's what the history books will say anyway, because we're writing them. So, what else do we have up here? We got another lizard flinging fireballs everywhere. I'm sure there's some loot up here that we would need. Fire Drake Stone is not the one that we need, but we'll take it. The Hawk Ring is also not what we need. But this one is a large soul. That's, believe it or not what we were looking for. And we're dead. Is it in that chest? I don't come up here often, as you might be able to tell. Maybe we'll just deal with this lad from up here, you know. Something we've been able to do since the very start of the game. We've just not really had good reason to shoot down at him. Although having said that, how many souls does he give us? It might be a nice boost to souls in the early game. $900 souls, so... I mean, that's a good chunk of enemies. That might be like 15 enemies or so from early game. 50 souls, 100 souls. Maybe it's only the equivalent of killing like 9 hollows. Well, let's compare it. We've got a hollow down here, haven't we? Unless we despawn the bugger. We're doing science now. That guy gives 90. So yeah, so crossbowing that salamander is about equivalent to killing 10 enemies, and probably therefore not worth it from an exploit point of view. Love the way he kicked his little feet there. Now we're spinning again. Yeah, it's that kick of the little feet that kept catching us. Whoa. These salamander lads, they're not our friends. And the tracking on that is frankly nonsense. And that tongue sweep as well. Basically all of this guy's moves are awful, and he should be ashamed of himself. Right, one more exciting episode of Let's Crossbow the Salamander from miles away, and then I think we'll we've done everything we need to do in this area. There might be another item or two floating around. Right. So yeah, so unless there was another salamander that I somehow missed up here, we're good to go and grab that chest. Let's snag those souls as well, 'cause it's not a terribly small number. What you got, chest? Plain quartz ring +1, that's not what I was looking for. Right, I guess we've got to go down then and fight that other salamander. At least we don't have to kill this one ever again. Now, where are you at, Holmes? There's an item over there. Is that what we're looking for? But there is also a salamander up there, maybe. So... that's cracked red eye orb. That's not what we were looking for. The heavy iron key. I believe that is it.
Ew, that's chopping grand.
Now we may as well just deal with this lad because he's being a douche. This is the guy who spits fireballs at you when you're trying to snag the loot in that first part of the forest. He sticks his little head out of his hole. Ugh, we're gonna die. Ah, oh, Jesus Christ. About 3 hits in a row there I thought was going to be the final hit, and it wasn't the final hit, and we died. That's my cool story. And on that cool story, yeah, this episode's gone on long enough. Maybe I'll get those souls back for the start of the next episode. Maybe I'll try and then just die and we'll lose them, and we'll never speak of it again. But either way, I think that's enough faffing around, and we're ready to probably move on to the second half of the game and Dran Lake Castle in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, friends, and I will see you there.